Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Off the Record. I'm your host, Jordan Rance. This is a very special episode, other than the fact that it is my first time with a guest, my second episode of all time. That guest happens to be someone very special in my life. It's my lovely mom. I had the honor and the pleasure of sitting down with her and having a real unfiltered conversation about a whole bunch of stuff for journey into motherhood, the real stuff about parenting that no one tells you, and of course, we're getting into some lighthearted chaos too. You might laugh, you might cry, or at the very least, you'll probably walk away feeling like you just sat in on a conversation between two people who have known each other forever. Because we have. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's go off the record with my mom. That was fun.
I thought the whole time I was in there already.
Yeah, were you like waiting for me to talk or something?
I just thought, yeah, you were going to come on or something.
I think for next time I'll do like
I don't know.
I'll make it so they have to join another thing so I could just have more control and I can just kind of bring them in to the meeting or whatever. I don't know. Do something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Trials and tribulations.
Something
new.
Yeah. All right. Well, official warm welcome to Off the Record. I'm very happy to have you on.
I'm happy to be on.
We were just talking just before we started, but obviously, like I said, this is not meant to be some kind of formal bullshit. Like you can just, say whatever the fuck you want. Yep. We won't get too personal, obviously, I have a whole bunch of stuff we're going to talk about. First and foremost, I want to give you the floor.
Yeah.
If there's anything you want to talk about first. If not, it's totally okay.
No, I think that we can just
go
ahead.
Today?
I don't know.
What'd you do today?
What did I do today?
Yeah.
I got up bright and early to drive your brother into work. First day back.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best because he was very unhappy about going back. Of course, after you've been off for six weeks, right?
Yeah, he just got to stop complaining.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the hardest thing to do, but you got to do it. Drove him in, and then I came back home. I ate breakfast, did some phone calls, and then I got ready and went to the gym.
Cool. What'd you do at the gym?
Good workout. Today I did triceps and shoulders.
Triceps
so one
and
of my
shoulders?
More favorite days too.
That's a weird combo. Yeah. Usually you see like chest and tris or like back and bis and like...
No.
I don't know, like
if
if
people
people
usually do... on Thursdays.
Yeah. People do... I don't know, like that's been hard for me to kind of sort of figure out.
What?
Like I was talking to you the other day about like my workout split in terms of like what to do on each day. I don't know whether to do shoulders on its own day or just incorporate it into my like other days, because obviously, like I told you, I'm doing like a push day, for example, a pull day. There are different shoulder like exercises that involve pushing and pulling.
Many.
So like I think what I'm gonna do right now is like what I tried yesterday is I did like the push shoulder exercises on my push day yesterday, and I'm gonna do the other part on my pull day, either like later tonight or tomorrow.
Is that like free weights, or is that machines you're using, or a combination?
It's a combination. It's more or less like I try to do free weights as much as possible, but some things are like for example, like the have you ever seen the bicep? It's not it's a machine, but what do they call it? It's where you put you have to really sink your armpits into it, and you grab the thing and you like it's like
and lean over that pad.
Yeah. I can't remember what they're called,
I'm
but it's like a special.
not a fan
You don't like that?
myself, anyway. No, I like free weights the most, but I do use some machines for in my exercises.
So I've
But I
heard
do enjoy the free weights more.
I've heard that there's a benefit
Yeah.
actually to using a machine, just because with free
Oh yeah.
weights. So well,
Yeah.
with free like with
Like.
lifting weights in general, they always talk
Uh-huh.
about like all these influencer people, whatever the people you watch on Instagram or whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
They talk about keeping tension, which just means like so when you
Yeah.
are like, for example, we will use bicep curls as an example.
Okay.
When you're not curled, when your arm is straight,
Mm-hmm.
do you
Yeah.
do you keep your muscle engaged, or do you kind of just let the weight, like you just
I
hold the weight in
try
your
not
hand?
to like drop it too fast, is what you're saying, and
Not
lose the contraction
necessarily.
though.
Not necessarily. Like, do you control the weight? Like, obviously on the way up, but on the way
Hmm.
down as
Oh yeah.
well. And
That I really have to be aware of, I find, because it's easy just to lose it, you know what I mean? But I do try
okay.
to, there's like a breathing technique, and I do try to control lowering it.
Mm,
Um, I could tell you right now in my routine that I am using a machine sort of for the biceps, and it's super hard. It's
yeah.
like, when you go to the pulley things, where you can attach different attachments at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
The pulley things, yes, I'm going to say the pulley
Yeah.
things. But yeah, it's getting me to do that right now, where you attach the handle and you do biceps. Oh, that is tough. Like I
Crazy.
try to do 11 of them. My God, by like nine, I can barely move the thing, and it's
No,
only
eh?
on 10 pounds too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, those pulley
yeah, that's
machines, I don't
crazy.
know what the hell they're called either. Like, I would call them the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
funny because
we'll just call it a pulley
yeah,
machine. Yeah,
because it's just that's what it is. Um,
yeah.
I saw this interesting like video thing about like, so you've
Hmm.
seen those it's hard to explain. So like the little like wires that are like attached where you
Yeah,
pull them up and down. If there is just
yeah.
one wire going from the weights to
Hmm.
the top of the
Hmm.
machine, that means you're
Yeah.
lifting the exact amount of weight that you have the little pin set to.
Oh, really?
So for example, like if
Oh,
it's
I
just
didn't know that.
one wire thing, I don't know what the hell to call it, one rope
Yeah,
thing, and you have it
pulley
set to
wire.
yeah, and if you have it set to like 30 pounds, you're lifting 30 pounds. But
Yeah.
um
Okay.
if it's distributed into two, have you seen those ones where it's like
Yeah.
two pulley
Yeah.
wires?
I've done both. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
the
I've
weight
done
is
both.
distributed 50-50. So if you have it set to 30 pounds, you're only lifting
Yeah.
15. That's my understanding of it
Oh, I
anyways.
didn't know that.
I could be wrong, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that that's what I was
Oh,
was hearing.
yeah. Like I didn't know, because I don't have my trainer with me one on one.
Right.
So I just didn't know why. Sometimes they were two and sometimes they're one.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
sometimes people at the gym cross them over into one too, eh? I don't know if you've seen that. They like
Oh yeah,
pull
they
it
use
into one
both.
only.
Yeah, like both sides.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I
then
don't
I'm
like
like,
that,
oh, I don't know how to change this, so I'll just
especially
keep
when
it.
it's busy.
No, I don't.
It's like how fucking rude.
Oh, yeah. That'd be crazy.
Like
Oh my God. I could
gym
get
isn't
into a
your
whole thing
fucking
about
place.
rude people at the gym.
Oh my god. We can talk
Oh,
about that if
I
you
just
want.
get
I
so
told you
annoyed.
about that one time
Yeah.
a few weeks ago when
Uh-huh.
so I get there and I was doing back, and I don't know about you. I think we're the
Yeah.
same way in terms of like I'll look at the workout that I'm gonna do that day, and I, as much as possible, I want
Yeah.
to do the exercises in the order that I have them
Oh, yeah.
written in, because it just like feels
Yeah.
strange. Like especially
Same.
like I want to get one muscle group done. I can't stand
Yeah.
like
Well, I don't know if I think there's a method to the program. I'm doing them
yeah. Well, you're
that
with the
way.
whole thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like today was all shoulders
Mm-hmm.
up until like the end was more triceps.
Yeah.
Although when you're doing shoulders a certain way, you're also lifting your triceps too.
Oh, really? Well, because
But
I know that that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
that's what I've learned recently is with chest.
Hmm.
Because remember, I think I told you as well. I used
Hmm.
to like I was always having to do biceps and triceps on the same day because I don't like that feel.
Yeah, that's probably not.
You know the feeling of like that, like the I don't know, the pump you get when your like
Yeah.
muscles just feel so
Yeah.
swole. All right, I love that feeling,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
I like having that on my whole arm versus like one
Oh, do
side.
you? Yeah.
However, something I
Okay.
learned and something I realized is that
Uh-huh.
the reason why people like it's very popular to have like chest and triceps and back and biceps together is because think when you're doing
Yeah.
chest press, for example, you're working your biceps
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you do the the triceps exercises. So it really is working both sides of the arm versus
Yeah. Yeah.
when you're doing back
Exactly.
exercises, you do a lot of triceps as well. Like think anytime you do like seated
Yeah.
rows, for example, you're working your triceps as
Hmm.
well. Um,
Hmm.
so I
Yeah,
tried
that's
it that
a
way
big
and
one
it's
I
been
do.
working. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah, like I found even today, like my shoulders were like one was where you like bend over like a little bit, like a
yeah.
deadlift almost, and then you lift the bar. I was using a 40-pound bar and
Right.
lifting it all the way up like to shoulders.
Yeah.
I thought that was working both shoulders and triceps for me,
Right.
but you know,
Yeah. I mean, it
yeah,
probably
it's
was.
all
Probably was.
good. But yeah, like as far as rude people, my God, I could
Oh
just
yeah.
kill some people sometimes.
Oh
Well, these
yeah.
ones that they come and they think they own every machine.
Yeah.
So they like will put something there to hold it. I'm
Oh
like,
my
you
God.
can't do that.
Yeah.
And then when you try to take it, they come racing over. Oh, I'm using that. I'm like,
No, you're
well,
not.
I want to use it too.
Yeah.
And it's not just yours.
Yeah.
You can't be on one machine and hold the other.
Yeah.
Because if you could, I would be doing that too. But that's extremely rude,
Exactly. We're
you
all
know?
here. We all pay for the gym, right?
Yeah, I watched this guy do this to this younger guy.
Yeah.
He was holding one of the machines
Yeah.
and but the guy didn't know, and so he started using it, and he like raced over to him and made him get off. It was awful.
Really? Like the
Absolutely
wait,
awful. Yeah,
sorry, I missed something. Like the the guy that was
like
holding the
like they're
machine made
yeah.
him get
He
off?
like races over to the kid and says that he's using it and to get off, and the kid like just cowered and
Uh,
did it because he guess he was a little freaked, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, I would have
yeah,
done the same thing. Well, like maybe not now,
I
but
know.
when I was new to the gym or younger
Yeah,
or whatever, probably would have.
yeah. I think this kid probably was newer to the
Mm-hmm.
gym, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. These muscle heads, as I call it, they can be really
Yeah.
attitudey and
Oh
possessive.
yeah. They have an ego for sure. They
Yeah,
let their muscles get
yeah,
like take control, we'll say.
goes to their head.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
even. I'm going to tell you something else. I don't even know what an ego is.
Oh yeah. It's like when you're like
I have no idea what
arrogant.
that is. Oh, is that what it is?
Like
Okay.
if you're like so
I've always
it's like a bad way of being confident, I'll say. So like if I were to be
okay.
like, "Oh, I'm so much better than you," and not provide any
Okay.
kind of reason for that, then that's or not really it's not really so much like not providing a reason, but like providing a reason in I guess what I could say is like a superficial way, like having a like a being
Mm.
egotistical, we'll say is like
I always hear people say that
thinking
stuff, and I'm like, I don't have a clue.
it's thinking that like I'd be better than you just because like maybe I have a better job than you or like I don't
Oh,
know
okay. So
maybe
you think you're better. Yeah.
yeah or
And if someone hurts your ego,
yeah so or like and like, we'll use
yeah,
the
I'm
gym for
not
example
sure.
for that like so we were just talking about like when they're like they let their muscles make them feel all tough like so bruising someone's
Yeah.
ego in terms of that would be like I don't know maybe calling them out on their steroids or something like that or like giving
That's what I
them
was
a
gonna
fucking
say.
reality
They're
check.
usually pumping steroids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Call like yeah,
Yeah, you just want to say that because I was looking the other day too, and like they usually have very tiny legs. Like they don't work their legs out. They're
yeah,
more worried about their arms and chest.
yeah. All that
Like it
always
looks
do. Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. Yeah. And doesn't it affect their like voice a lot? Like they sound really muffled or
I don't know if it affects voice, but I know it can make them a raging
oh right, yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
Like their anger issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it addictive? Do you know?
Yeah, I've seen that. Steroids?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's addictive in the way that you see the results. So you take more
Right.
and more and more,
Yeah.
but definitely not good for you
No.
at all.
No, I don't have any desire to
No,
do that at any
no.
point.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
I
There's,
wonder
you can
I wonder if they've
easily do it
ever
with diet and,
yeah.
a few good supplements like a workout supplement or,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I wonder
Yeah.
if they
That's a whole
ever
nother topic.
yeah. We can talk about that. I was just gonna say,
Okay.
I wonder if they make actors do that for movies ever.
Steroids?
Yeah,
I don't know. I doubt it.
because I think
Like I
like
can't see how they can make an actor take
mhm,
steroids. They probably have to work their ass off if they need to be in shape and
yeah,
eat like very, very, very clean for that role.
right,
And
right, right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like work out 8 hours a day or something, probably.
Oh yeah, something like
Yeah,
that. Well, I don't know about eight
I
hours,
can't see them. Yeah,
but like I've heard of a
I
lot of
don't
people
know, or
doing
like
like
twice a day or
yeah, I was
something,
just gonna say that like 2 a days. Yeah, yeah.
like a split, like a
hmm
cardio session and then split a weight
Yeah.
session.
Well, I've heard for like a lot of
Yeah.
boxers, they'll do
hmm
like for example, they'll do like boxing in the morning and then they'll do a lift towards the evening.
Yeah, I've
hmm
heard of that for any workout. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which if I
I've
didn't
heard
have
of
to
it.
work a job, I
Must be
probably would be
hard.
doing that.
Exactly. I would do that too.
Yeah.
I could easily do that
Yeah. My
for
goodness.
sure.
Um
Yeah, to dream
yeah.
someday.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
was thinking one of the things a good topic to talk about
hmm
um
hmm
so the other day at work we were talking about our dream jobs, and as kids we
Oh, yeah.
we y- a lot of kids have like the I don't know what to call it, like typical sort of dreams, like teacher, I don't know, author, whatever,
Yeah.
right? Like that was mine. Do you
Well, I know what
remember?
yours was. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
What was the first
No,
one?
you went through a phase.
I went through a
Police officer.
multiple
You went through
phases.
this
Yes.
phase.
Yes. That's because I
Yeah.
was obsessed with the show Flashpoint. I
Yeah,
loved
I
that
think
show
so, eh?
so fucking much. Remember when I used to
Yeah, it's
dress
good
up in
for sure.
the thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
in the
So
whole.
cute. Had your little fleece vest and your little badge and
Yeah.
that gun, and you're like walking around. Yeah.
You remember the
Then you went
little
through this obsession of wearing the headphone,
the headset? That's what I was just gonna say.
like, or no, not the, yeah, the headset.
The
Yeah, yeah,
earpiece thing, because it looked exactly like
yeah.
the ones that they wore in the show. So I was like, I need this. I remember I took it without asking, and
Oh yeah.
I just wore it one day, and you're like, what are you wearing that or whatever?
Why were
Um,
you wearing that? Was it my thing from work or something? Or I can't even
no, it
remember.
was from our landline phones.
Is that what it was? I
Yeah,
can't
I
even
remember
remember
that.
that. So
Yeah.
long ago now.
Imagine walking around the house wearing that thing.
No, not anymore. But I guess
Who even has
it was
landlines
kind of
anymore?
normal back then. Exactly.
Oh, no.
Probably just old seniors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's like the same
that's what
kind of
I've
thing.
noticed.
It's like the same kind of thing as like when people call like phones like cell phones. Like who the fuck calls
Oh,
it a cell phone or a mobile phone or something like that? It's so
I'm
like
kidding.
Jesus Christ, you're an
Oh
ancient.
yeah, my mobile phone. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Oh my
that's
God.
hilarious.
I know you have
Hilarious.
like a common ground that we have a lot is our dislike for school. I know, like, well, so when
Oh
I was a
God,
kid, you always enforced good school and make sure I did good in school, which I don't hate.
of
It's
course,
good.
that was my job as a mother.
Yeah,
What's
but
best for your kids, right?
growing like now that I'm grown, it sure is interesting to hear that you did not like school that much. Do you mind?
Nope. Absolutely
What
hated it.
what was your? I think what was it?
And did very
Science.
poorly in it.
Science is your favorite, right?
It depends what grade, but I can tell you that I loved school all the way up to grade 7 or 8, and then from then on, couldn't stand it.
All right,
Like,
all right.
but if I had to pick in those higher grades, I liked biology
Biology. I
but
never
I
took
liked
that.
psychology. No, you didn't. That's more the human body stuff.
Psychology. So
And I
that
like
makes sense, though.
psychology. I took
Yeah,
that in grade 12.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
then, yeah, I absolutely hated math and English. I would just be terrified in class of like having to answer a question and I didn't properly do it.
Yeah.
The teacher calls you, you're like,
I
you're just
never.
all quiet. And then you
Oh
finally
my
like,
God. You know when like.
class, it appears that the student is not, it's like, holy.
Well, I think teachers are
I
much
had
more
one teacher that
formal,
did that.
more
I
like
don't know.
professors.
Maybe.
My teacher, like, there's a
I don't
few of
know.
them, I guess, like that, but for the most part, is well, because it's well, as you know, it's all about people's feelings nowadays, and you can't pick
Of
on someone.
course.
I bet it's probably gotten worse since I've left school.
Yeah. So it's probably really even your generation I probably wouldn't get because I was used to being called out and
Oh yeah, I mean,
God, if you didn't have your work done, it was just like
yeah,
awful.
I don't know if you know this,
Start
but I was
sweating and
like
everything. I'm like, oh
kicked out
great.
of. I was like kicked out of many classes for being
Oh
just
no,
a
no idea.
absolute menace of a kid.
You didn't tell your mom.
Well, of course I'm not going to tell because, let's talk about the one
Yeah.
time that I skipped a class, the one and only time,
Oh
and
yeah, that was
it
good.
was the one and only time because god damn, I was not going to
Sure,
do that
sure
again.
was. What?
My
Because I
fucking
caught you?
phone taken away for like a month, my Xbox taken away like
Did
all
I do that?
weekend. Yes.
Yeah, well, you got to make sure you know it was
Sure, I
wrong.
sure learned.
Yeah, good.
And this
I
stupid
hope
ass
so.
school fucking ratted me out. It's like, damn.
Yep. That's I don't feel like I mean, I knew that you had to know that it was wrong,
Yeah.
but I skipped school a lot too when I was young. I just never got caught.
Yeah, because
I didn't have my mother or anything catching me. But I remember one day I was skipping with my friends and we would always go back to my place because parents were never there. Oh, yay, fun house, right?
yeah.
All the snacks and everything there. But I remember because it was before I had a license and we're standing at the bus stop.
Oh,
We're like,
yeah.
yeah, we're going to go have fun. We're not going to this fucking class.
Yeah.
And who do I see?
Oh
My aunt drive
my
by, turned
God.
around as fast as I could, and I
Yeah.
told them to hide me.
Yeah.
It was
Did she
scary
did she
because
ever
we would always skip. No, I don't think she did. If she did, she didn't say anything to me.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
Yeah.
might have turned around fast
All
enough, but
right,
maybe she
right.
didn't notice.
Yeah.
But we always used to skip like those. What were those like track and field garbage? Oh,
Yeah.
I used to hate that.
The long
Yeah, so we'd
jump
all get
or
Slurpees and like walk back to my place. And
That's
yeah,
so
that was
funny.
stupid. Like I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So I know you
It's funny when,
what
yeah,
were you gonna say?
I was just saying, you'll see when you become a parent
Yeah.
that you realize all the things you did, your kids will do now, and you just have to remember that you were once young too, and you did the same stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just don't tell your kids at the time. You tell
Right.
them after, like now.
Well, of course you wouldn't tell me then because then I wouldn't
Yeah,
listen.
no.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that I grounded you for like a month and took away your cell phone or
Oh my
something.
God. You just called it a cell phone.
Totally forgot. I did? What the hell's wrong with me? Oh God, that's lovely.
Did
God,
you like what did you
some habits are
think?
hard to break.
What did you think
About what?
being a parent would be like before you had kids?
What did I think?
Yeah, well, because I
Well,
know
for
you
me,
told me
because of right from my
you always wanted to be a parent.
yeah,
You told me.
yeah, like I can remember from about age, I don't know, even really as young as 10. I was like already like, I'm gonna be a mom and I really want to be a mom. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be like the best mom ever and they're gonna love me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, get them through their teen years well. But I
Nice.
was also terrified of the teen years. Once you guys came along, I
Yeah.
was terrified because the teen years are always where shit can go down.
Uh,
But
I think there was
I loved
the
being with.
rough patches throughout the teen years, but
There was,
you
but
know,
I would have to say I'm pretty thankful for the kids I have
yeah,
because relatively the teen years went by without too much,
yeah,
bad. There's
yeah,
a
yeah,
couple of times I can think of bad with you,
yeah.
but even then, some parents
What
would
were
be
the
like,
bad
God, I wish
times?
I had kids like that. Well, like the one really bad time was when the police showed up at the door.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
gave me a heart attack at first.
fucking yeah, because we're stupid and we had the bright idea to
Yeah,
bring the dollar store toy guns to
yeah, but any
a
to the park, right?
school, like the park behind the school, like the play structure behind the school, and then yeah, like looking back on it,
Oh, I
I
thought you got caught at Assiniboine Park or something.
no, well that was what made it the worst is the
No?
fact that it was at a school. Made us look like we were gonna
Oh,
go,
what school?
do stuff.
What school was it?
I don't remember. I think it was because we were in we were in the one of the richer areas. I
Oh, like
think
Tuxedo or
yeah,
something, or
somewhere around there. Like it was close
Linden
to
Woods or something like
yeah,
that?
it was in that area. Yeah, I can't remember what school it was,
Okay,
but
okay.
yeah, that was
No,
that's
I'll
so
never
funny.
forget that.
That's so funny that you bring that up because when I was walking back from work today, I was thinking about that
Uh-huh.
about um I don't really have really any regrets in life, at least so far. And I would still
Good.
say like the police thing like that wasn't that's not a regret because it's a lesson. It's something that I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, like everything that happens to you, mistakes, is life trying to teach you a lesson.
for sure.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I've read and always maintained.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you're going through, like I think I sent it today, when you're going through some terrible shit, you got to ask yourself, what is this teaching me?
Yeah. No,
Like, what am
exactly.
I trying?
Yeah.
What's it trying to do?
Mhm.
Because, like, you gave me a heart attack that day. All I remember is seeing Chris is like, the police are in the driveway. I'm like, what? And
Yeah.
then I whip open the door and he's like, Krista Allen? Like, yeah. And here I
Jeez.
am thinking that you died in a car accident. Because he goes, do you own a dark Dodge Avenger? I'm like, yeah. My son has it. And then, geez, then he tells me, I'm like, oh
I
my
remember
God, my
that you
heart was
told me that
racing.
cop did some bogus bullshit and said some like he fabricated the story, made it sound worse than it actually was. Like it wasn't great, but like it didn't I don't know.
Well, what he said was that you were caught, you and some friends.
Uh,
I thought he said the park, but what appeared to be a weapon,
yeah.
somebody
Like
thought,
we weren't near
and
the
that
school, but
you were the
it was that
what,
park thing. Like you know how any school has like a like swing set or whatever behind.
the playground thing or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it was one of
Yeah,
those.
yeah. So that's what he said, and I knew right away because I'm like, I am so right about those friends. I told Jordan to stay away from those friends. I was so mad
Yeah.
once I found out you weren't hurt.
Yeah.
And then he says, yeah, and your son appeared to be the getaway driver. And I'm like, oh, really?
Oh my god.
So then
Making it
I'm trying
sound
to
like we were
text
doing
you.
some fucking heist or some shit.
Yeah, well, I guess they take it seriously because people think it's
Like I
real, right?
guess,
So then
but
he's like, where is your son? I'm like, I don't know. I've been trying to get a hold of him and he's not answering. So he
yeah,
probably
cuz
knows he's in trouble.
no, I wasn't answering because the fucking police were talking to us.
Oh, is that what it was?
Like there was
Yeah. So then
officers
he's
that
like,
went to
well,
my friend's place.
right. I remember he did tell me that. He said, well, get him home right now. And then when I said, like, I finally got a hold of you and you were like, knew you were in big trouble.
Oh my god, yeah. I thought my life was
I'm
over.
like, get home now.
Yeah.
And the guy, they said they were going to wait, but I feel like they just said, okay, well, this will just be a warning on his record or something.
Yeah.
And then they left, I believe, before you, or did they talk to you? I can't remember that part.
No, they were already gone by the time I got there.
Yeah.
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 But man, that
No,
was
not
a
my
big one.
proudest moment for sure. Not my proudest moment.
No, but if I have to say, like I said, you guys were pretty good kids,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
What about that time that you stole from Vitahealth
Oh my
the
God.
pencil?
Jesus, the fucking little
Hey, I
tiny
learned that
pencil.
way too.
That mortified
Um,
me. You made
and
me go
that's a
back to the
good
store. I was
job
like
I'm doing.
7. I was like
Yeah,
7 years old. Made me go back to the store and return the fucking 2-cent pencil.
that's right, because it's wrong.
Good
Had to
grief.
learn even then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
that was
So that's
valuable lesson.
well, that's the worst, we'll say, part of their moment
Mm-hmm.
of raising me. What you say is the funniest or weirdest or maybe best? I don't know. Let's make it more positive now.
Yeah. Well, like just some things that have happened over the years, or like,
Yeah,
what
just
do you
well, like
mean?
just like first things that pop off. Like it doesn't have to be like the most. What's just like a funny memory or a weird
Like I
memory
can
or
tell like some embarrassing stuff.
go crazy as long as it's not too personal. Then
Well, I don't know what you call too personal because there's the time, like I said, right from when you were crawling that you,
oh yeah, you can tell that shit. I don't care. Yeah, go for
yeah,
it.
yeah. You were just crawling
Yeah,
yet, not even walking yet, but you were under like one. And I was wondering where you were.
yeah.
Then I look over and you're in this corner. And that's when I lived in my parents' basement with
Uh-huh.
you.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like looking like you're like gagging. So I run over and what do I know? You are eating dog poop. Oh, I picked you up and you're gagging. So then I start gagging, trying to clean out your mouth. It was just a mess. Oh,
Like
just a mess. And you didn't talk yet either.
no, eh?
But you were gagging and making me gag, and oh, there was poop everywhere. Oh, it was just horrible.
It's like
That's
shit
like
on my face and
the
everything.
trials and tribulations of kids.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah, it was
goodness.
so gross,
I can't believe that.
so gross.
Can't
And
believe
then I
that.
know there was another time when you were relatively young yet,
Yeah.
when we were somehow talking about where babies come from.
What?
Uh, yeah, you wanted to know where babies came from. I think you might have been about 6 or 7 too, maybe.
Okay.
And so I was telling you,
Yeah.
about how the woman has the short, keep it short, the woman has eggs in her body. And all of a
God.
sudden your eyes just like grew big and wide. And I'm like, oh my God, I bet you he thinks it's real eggs, like eggs from a chicken.
Yeah.
And you did, you
Yeah.
thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my
great. That
goodness.
was so cute. Yeah, your eyes just grew. And I'm like, oh my God, he thinks it's real eggs, like from a chicken.
That's funny. Yeah, I was probably thinking like
That was
they
a
like
good one.
lay eggs or something.
Yeah, I don't know what went
They
through your head,
hatch
but
or
I
something.
saw your eyes just, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good one.
Yeah. Say, what's the
Um,
thing you're proud of as a mom?
what's the thing I'm proud of?
Yeah, and that could involve just being a mom in
Probably,
general.
well, of course, I'm proud of the way that you guys have turned out as young adults.
Yeah.
Um, what you've done, what you've accomplished, right?
Right.
And haven't looked back. You've gotten through a lot of tough times,
Right.
and I value the closeness we have majorly.
100%.
Like I
100%. Yeah.
value that more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's not.
Always the dream I wanted to have with my kids. So I
Mhm.
feel very complete about that part,
Yeah. It's not too common
you know?
in a lot of um.
It's not what?
It's not the
I didn't
most
hear that.
common. Do I keep cutting out on your end?
Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah, that's
but
unfortunate. I
it's
mean,
not too common.
I think the recording should be fine.
Okay.
It's not too common
Not
to
too.
have like the type of closeness. I
No,
have like I'll talk to
but
a lot of my friends, and they'll be like, yeah, like
uh-huh.
I talk to my mom like once a week or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, no,
Oh God. No way, man. I love it the way it is.
yeah,
It is, you're right, it is very, that's why I value it, because it is, I hear other people say that too. Oh, I haven't talked to my kids in weeks. And I'm like, wow,
yeah,
I don't envy you.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
Did you say
you
is
know, as hard
something?
as it was, also proud that you moved and you knew what
Mhm,
you wanted and you're doing it, right?
yeah,
Bumpy roads and all, and you're doing it,
yeah. It's been
right?
a scary
And the
thing,
other,
but scary in a
yeah,
good way. Like me moving and all this
yeah,
shit.
yeah, for sure.
What are you gonna
You're
say?
doing it, and that's what matters. Yeah, and I also value how I made you and your brother try to really be good and close with each other.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
really set that intention right from a young age as well. As when you were fighting, I would be like, "Okay, now you have to hug."
Yeah. Oh, I hated
But
that
that's how
shit
young
too,
I
because
started it.
it was never a genuine hug.
I know, but
It was always a hug
no,
like,
but for me, it was something. Hoping
yeah,
you guys would catch on and be close, you know.
yeah. No, I know. Yeah, it's funny,
So I think so.
funny,
It's
funny.
worked pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's what's something that you'd wish more
But
people knew about being a mom? Yeah,
um, not to be too strict, but you got to be just the right amount of strict, or your kids will shut you down.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's a big
It's
one
true.
for me.
It's
And
true.
always know your kids,
Yeah.
like know them,
Right.
know their interests, know,
Yeah.
as much as you can, because we all know that kids will always still hide things from their parents, no matter how close they are.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I think that's a part of growing up.
Yeah.
That's like you're kind of talking about like the teenage years. I think that's just like an inevitable thing that teenagers are always gonna hide shit from their parents because that's just the
Oh
way
yeah.
that teenagers are.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
Yeah.
what I always kept in mind. And I always gave you respect as much as you should give me respect, right?
Yeah.
I always thought that was an equal thing too.
Yeah. Respect
I
earned.
felt
What was it?
anyway.
What's the saying?
Yeah.
Respect earned is respect given or something. Or I don't know what the saying
Yeah,
is,
something
but
like that, or deserved or
or
something,
yeah,
or
something
yeah, I
like
know what
that.
you mean. But
Yeah. 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 Some kind of
yeah.
saying. Um.
And I always maintained date nights with you each separately,
Yeah.
which I
That's
thought
nice.
was very
Yeah. A
a
little.
very good thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like little movie
You know.
nights or whatever it was.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool. I like
Yeah.
the school zones, how they have like the 30 clicks an
Yeah.
hour thing. Do you think that has
Yeah.
anything to do with how parenting has changed?
Yes, I do. Because to me, that sends the message that you can't teach your child to look both ways before crossing the road.
Yeah.
That's how I look
Yeah,
at
because
it.
it wasn't never a thing when even I was a kid, I don't think. Like it
No, and it
was
wasn't
all
when I
like,
was either. I was told not to cross if there was a car coming
yeah. I think that's like
and
pretty
to make
common
sure.
sense. And the fact that like
Yeah,
that's
and very
maybe not
common sense.
anymore is like,
So that's what I think today's generation is doesn't have much common sense
oh
because
my
of this.
God.
And they
Yeah.
have entitlement,
Mm-hmm.
self-entitlement because of
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Like you need to stop for me,
Yep.
you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
And I never wanted to raise my kids like that.
Yeah.
You
No,
needed to
absolutely not.
learn
No
real
way.
life ways.
No way. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the time I took your, I don't know what you want me to call it, but it's your pacifier away.
Oh, my
I
boo
put
boo.
vinegar on it. Yeah, your boo. I like the way you said that. Oh, my boo boo.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right.
Yeah, your boo boo.
I called it a
And
soother
you were
too,
like
didn't
two
I?
and a half.
Yeah.
That's like the normal name, but we
Oh
always
yeah.
call it a boo boo.
Yeah. I loved that
Yeah, but
thing.
you wouldn't give it up. And you were like two. Oh, God, did you ever? And you wouldn't give it up at like two and a half. So I'm like, well, tough love. I got to soak it in vinegar. And you
Yeah,
took
you
it and
made
you
me
were
hate
just
it.
pissed right off. Oh God, you were so mad.
Yeah.
But if I didn't do it, your teeth might form funny.
Oh yeah. Hey.
That's what happens.
Right.
It's like when they say kids suck their thumb too, it can
Mm.
make your teeth form funny.
Yeah. I went
So
through
it
a
worked.
brief phase of sucking my thumb. Not a
I
ton.
think I remember a bit.
Not a
Yeah.
ton, but yeah, a little bit. You know what's really
So
gross
funny how
that I used to do?
what
I don't know if you know this, but I used
what
to eat my boogers.
ah that's
Isn't
terrible.
that insane? Oh my
Oh yeah, that's
God.
so gross.
I
If I'd have
remember
known that,
I
I'd have
used to do, like,
been like,
keep in
"What
mind,
are you doing?"
keep in mind, this was like when I was like five, six, something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, I also remember
Yeah.
and this I don't think you know, which is funny that I'm bringing
What?
it up now. I remember anytime I'd be like alone, like you'd be in like your room or wherever the fuck you were,
Mhm. Mhm.
I would go into the pantry and I would take a fucking ginormous scoop of peanut butter or Nutella and I would just eat that shit raw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or same thing with
Yeah.
salt.
I
That's
might
the
have
really
known.
bad one. I used to love salt so much
So
that I would take the shaker and I would just pour that shit in my mouth. Yeah.
that I didn't know. I can relate to the peanut butter and Nutella thing because I can tell you I used to do that too as a kid. Just
Yeah.
take spoonfuls of it.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah.
But I would take like
Or like some
absurd
icing and just
amounts. Like because like
oh
I
God.
knew that I
Like what's
would
absurd?
what's that?
What's absurd like to you? Like what's the amount?
Like sometimes I wouldn't even use a spoon. I would just put my whole hand in there.
Oh.
Which is
Oh, your
gross.
whole hand?
Which
Jeez.
is gross because like people use that peanut butter and
Yeah.
whatever. But I didn't care at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but I don't think I really said anything much about it if I knew
Yeah.
because again, I remember doing it myself as a kid,
All right.
you know.
What
You're always
what
sneaking some stuff.
mhm. What advice would
Yeah.
you give to new parents?
To brand new parents,
Yep.
um, definitely be patient.
Patient. Okay.
And the biggest thing, don't rush time because in the blink of an eye, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's mine.
Cool.
I always tell because I'm one of the older nurses at my job, right? I always tell the ones that are having babies, like, please don't rush time.
Yeah.
When it seems like you want to, like when you're trying to potty train them or
Right.
get them to walk, don't say, "Oh, I wish they were doing," because again, in the blink of an eye, it's done. And then that's when you usually get asked, "Well, how old are your kids now?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're growing and adults now." And I'll say like 20, almost 23 and 20, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
So
Well, I know you get
yeah,
like it's surprising um when you tell people like your age, for example. They always think you're
yeah,
younger than you are and
yeah.
you
I
don't
know.
ever believe it, which is a bit odd.
No, you know
Um
what? That's another issue that I am working on.
yeah.
Like I think I told you the other day how I'm learning that I don't see in myself what I see in other people that I want myself to be.
Yeah.
I don't give myself any credit. Like I said, I'll look at some of the nurses and I'll be like, oh, they look so confident and they look so like it flows easy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see that at all in myself,
Yeah,
which
well,
is
that's like a
work
problem
in
of like
progress.
comparing yourself, and I think you had told me the
Yeah.
other day about if you don't see it in yourself. What was it you were telling me? Like you don't see it in yourself, you won't. You try to see it in others
Oh,
because you don't
that
see it in yourself or something like that.
no, I always see like there's certain nurses at work, like
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like, wow, like how are you so calm and how are you so good at that? And I've been nursing longer than you and I don't have that. Like
Right.
I want that, you know? I
Uh,
refuse to acknowledge any of it in myself. And I have, you know, friends there that'll say, like, you're a great nurse. Like you gotta give yourself more credit. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
Like,
Yeah.
what kind of steps are you taking to improve on that?
What am I doing? Well, I'm doing that little pilot project with my friend for the manifestation.
Oh, that's right, where she's getting you to do the
Uh,
like the volunteering or like some kind of
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. Like she gave me some notes here, and it's like little. I starting with a thing called shadow work,
Yeah.
and it's all like stuff and steps on. This is where I learned that thing about how I see in what I see in others, I don't see in myself.
Yeah.
So, like, it just gets you to read a bit, and then gets you to do an exercise, and it
That's
really
cool.
is good so far. Like the last thing I read was about procrastination and self sabotage.
Oh,
Huge what I do.
I
Both of those, I do both of them.
all the time. All the time.
Yep.
That's the
And
reason
as
why
soon as I
I
read it, I'm like, this is me.
yeah.
This is me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a huge
And it really
procrastinator.
hit.
It sucks.
Yeah. Well, there's ways to change it. Just
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Because once you can not be that way,
Mm-hmm.
it's, I'm sure it feels like freedom. Because that's what I
For
see in them.
sure.
They're like confident. And I'm like, God, why am I not confident that way?
Mm. I think
So,
to a certain extent, though,
and
it could be fake confidence in terms of have you ever heard of the saying "fake it till you make it"?
oh, that's so funny because as soon as you said fake confidence, you know how there's this one nurse especially that I'm not a fan of really.
Mm-hmm.
She's younger
Mm-hmm.
and she always is one of those ones who looks for you and tries to get you in trouble.
Oh,
But she's
fuck that.
always said to me because I would say like how the ACLS didn't work out for me the first time and she'd be like, "Oh, why didn't you just fake it till you make it?"
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And
Well,
that's
you
when
can't
I
do
said,
that in.
well, faking it till you make it in nursing isn't really the safest.
Yeah, you
That's how I
can't.
looked at it for my
Yeah,
license and
not.
the person involved,
Yeah, no,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, like it obviously doesn't work in all sort of aspects, but
Oh, apparently she does it that way. So
that's crazy.
fake it till you make it.
Mm.
And that's when I even said to like managers, I'm like, you do realize that some of these nurses are saying that, right? And I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to put someone's life at harm
No, right? Yeah,
and I'm not going to put my license at harm
yeah.
either
Well, and I think like for
because I
especially
actually care
for
about
something
people.
like nursing, like you can't
I can't
fake it
fake.
because in the event that
No,
someone's life is in your hands, like
yeah,
what are you gonna do? Like, oh,
exactly.
because you faked it, so you don't actually know what the hell you're doing. Like,
Exactly. That's
crazy
big.
shit.
Yep,
I
for
can't
sure.
believe that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Um, kind of flipping things around. I thought it
Okay.
would kind of be
Okay.
cool to do two segments here. First and foremost, rapid fire questions. Um,
Okay.
what
Like,
just
okay.
just quick little boom. There are four questions.
Oh,
They don't have to be anything
okay.
too deep, but if you do have an impulse to speak on any of them, then by all means go for it. What's your favorite
hmm
movie?
My favorite movie right now. Like,
Just like favorite movie.
I have more than one.
Okay, what's the first one that comes to mind?
Okay. Why am I forgetting what it's called? It's my favorite movie. I'm forgetting the Queen
Who's in
one.
it? Oh, Bohemian
What's it
Rhapsody.
called? Yeah, there you
Bohemian
go.
Rhapsody. Yeah, yeah,
That's one for sure of a newer movie. That's my favorite. Yeah. Of
yeah, yeah.
course, I
You've
have the ones from my childhood and.
yeah. He played a really good um
Oh God,
Freddie Mercury. Eh?
phenomenal,
Yeah, Rami Malek. Hmm.
phenomenal. Yeah,
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 he's a good actor. Like I
for
see
sure.
a lot
Mm-hmm.
of stuff on him now because he's in a new movie. Eh?
Yeah, is that one where he's like
I can't remember what
his
it's
wife is hurt
called,
or something? Or
but
no, me either. But I've seen it on Crave or something.
no,
I
it's
gotta
in
watch it.
theaters. It's in theaters now.
Oh, it's in theaters.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, like right now.
what
Yeah.
the heck?
Or I don't know
I
if
wonder
it's
what it's
now
called.
or maybe it's like on Friday or something. I don't know. What's
Oh, okay.
your go-to comfort food? Which I know you're like terrible
My
for
go-to
because you
comfort
think
food.
that one bite of a junk food is gonna like make you inflate like a balloon.
No, probably that's one thing you'll learn about me now. I love chocolate, and I probably eat it every day. I just only eat like one or two.
Yeah.
That's why we have stash in our room.
Yeah. Okay, so you're
Yeah.
telling me you'll have a
All those
little
years I was
you'll have a
telling you
little
like, oh no, no, no. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I
What's
don't eat a whole chocolate bar once or anything
no, no,
every
no.
day,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But if
Yeah.
I can have just one or two, yeah, I'm happy. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah. Well, they say that that's like a good thing because then you don't like binge eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've lived that life too, where
Yeah.
I cut it out completely when I was kind of a younger mother
All right.
and believed that, yeah, like you say, one little thing was going to hurt me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like wolfing down a whole bar because I'm like, oh, it tastes so good. I've been craving it forever, you
Yeah.
know?
What or
So
who was
that's,
your
yeah.
I think I might know this and I'll see if I'm
But
right, but who is your first celebrity crush?
my first celebrity crush,
Yeah.
yeah. Were you're guessing or am I?
You say it
Or
and
I'm not guessing,
I'll
but or am I telling you?
you say it and I'll see if I was right.
So like any celebrity, right?
Your first celebrity
Because I'll
crush.
go to the first one that I.
Yeah, first one.
Okay, it's gonna sound really funny. Michael Jackson.
Really? No, I didn't know that. I was gonna say like
I
Donnie
told
Wahlberg.
you I was obsessed. Oh no, that was later on, like in the later 90s or
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah, yeah.
Michael Jackson, I loved. Like I wanted to marry him. He was so good looking
Really?
in Thriller, I thought. Like
Wow,
gorgeous. I
eh?
even wrote him a letter. Didn't I tell you that?
What?
I wrote him a letter
No,
telling
I
him I
don't
wanted to
remember
marry
that.
him. Yeah. And I sent it. Yeah.
Who the fuck did you send it to?
I don't, I guess his fan mail or something.
Oh my
Like I was just
god.
absolutely like, oh, I want to marry you. You're so gorgeous. Oh yeah.
That's
Totally in love with him.
crazy. That's crazy. Did that change
Yeah.
at
When he
all when
looked
he
like he did in Thriller.
did that change at all when he
Yes.
like
Once he
fucked up his
started changing his look,
yeah.
yeah, big time. Then I was like,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he
take
looks
that back
scary.
now.
I'm gonna just
He
say
did.
that
He
like
looked
he
very
looks
scary.
scary. Yeah.
Yep. Certainly did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I also really, really loved Corey Haim, which you
Corey Haim.
sort of know who that is
That's
now.
that License
Yeah.
to
Loved,
Drive
loved, loved
actor,
him.
correct? Yeah.
Yeah. And the Lost Boys guy.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
he's from Toronto. Yeah.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Uh,
yeah. He was my absolute, like, whew, loved him next.
yeah.
And then I got into the New Kids on the Block
New Kids on the Block.
because I discovered
Was it
them.
just Donnie Wahlberg or
Yeah.
was it all of them?
Oh, yeah. He was my absolute fave.
Yeah.
But because he was the bad boy. Love the bad boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
He rode the motorcycle and he wore the ripped jeans and he wore the leather jacket. Oh my God, Donnie Walt. But no, and then I had them numbered. This is how funny it is. It was the first one.
Oh,
And then I really liked Jordan, hence your name.
Yeah.
Thought he was good second. And then it was Joey third. And then Dad was fourth. And John, I was like, I don't like you.
You just didn't like John.
It's so crazy.
What was
No,
what
I
was
didn't like the
wrong
way
with
he looked.
John?
I don't know.
Just
I
like in
just
terms of
didn't like the
looks,
way he
or
looked. I didn't like the way he
yeah.
acted.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was weird.
Yeah.
He wasn't cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's why, like, of all the dolls I have, I don't have his.
You
Everybody
have
else
dolls?
has, but his. Yeah. I
Do you
have New
still
Kids on
have
Block
the dolls?
Still in the box. Yeah, I still
Oh
do.
my god, that's crazy.
And they would date. This is going to be funny to you. They would date my Barbies.
What?
Yeah. And one of them would be me, and I'd be like, you want to have a date with me? You always have to line up.
Line up?
Yeah.
Oh my
That was
god.
nuts. And then, of course, the typical girl room with all the posters plastered all
Oh
over your walls.
yeah.
Yeah, just obsessive.
Oh jeez. I think that
I've
was
always
more
been into the
common.
celebrities and music and movies scene. That's always been my thing. Entertainment, and
Yeah,
that's my favorite stuff.
100%.
You know,
That was a big time for the
music.
80s for that stuff.
Oh, yeah. But like, even today, like that's my favorite stuff. Movies, music, TV.
Yeah.
You know, love
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrities.
Yeah. What was your
Yeah.
first
But
your
yeah.
first concert? It was New Kids, right?
Yeah, New Kids on the
New
Block,
Kids, yeah.
1989.
1989.
When I went
What the
there,
heck?
had the best seats. I still have that ticket actually taped in the book from
What?
the Winnipeg Arena.
Wow.
Yep, I
Cool,
kept
eh?
it. I found it the other day when we were cleaning under my bed. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
The
that was the
Winnipeg
best.
Arena,
My grandpa gave us that.
where is that? Is that where the
Yeah,
Jets
that
play
wasn't even
now?
here when you were born.
Like, is that like the
No, that wasn't even there.
like I
No,
know
it
they
was
play at Canada
in the
Life Center,
Polo
but
Park.
oh, so it's not
No,
even a
that's
thing
all
anymore.
new. No, they tore it down probably just before you were born, and it was right in the Polo Park parking lot. Do you remember the old stadium for the
The
Bombers?
Bomber Stadium, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember the old one by
Yep.
Polo Park?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, the arena was like beside it, and it
Oh,
was
really?
so much better in my opinion.
Really,
I
eh?
saw all my concerts there.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow, eh?
that was the best, the Winnipeg Arena. Yeah, and then I left there with no voice for 2 days
Yeah.
due to my screaming at Donnie.
Didn't you say that he like
That was
did he
such a
touch your
blast.
hand or something?
He waved at me.
Or oh
He waved
yeah,
at me
waved
because he
at you.
came out early. I
Yeah.
even got home and I wrote it in the book. Donnie waved at me.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know he did because he came out early. And I was screaming my head off, of course, because when you're young, you're like, you don't know that that's like kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're like, just like, Donnie, Donnie. And me and my cousin were just, and he waved.
Right.
So it was great. Good times.
89. How old would
Thanks to
you
my
have
grandpa.
been? You were 14, I
I was
guess.
like,
15?
yeah, like grade 7. I was in grade 7.
Oh, so you would have been
No, because
younger.
I was born in 1976. Yeah,
I don't know. My
like
math
maybe
is not.
12, 13 or 14 or something like. I think 13 or 14.
Yeah, yeah, some of that.
There's 86 is 10. Yeah, for me. Yeah.
6. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Let's play
That's great.
let's play a game called Who
Okay.
Knows Who Better, and we're gonna keep score. Let's see. I'll go first. Just so you can kind of see how it goes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions about me, and we'll see
Okay.
if you get them right. Notes here. Okay. What's my cunt? Jesus fuck. I said cunt. What's my
I thought so.
I was gonna say, what's my go-to comfort food?
Your go-to comfort food?
Mm-hmm.
Junk food. I don't know
That's
exactly
too broad.
one.
Be more specific.
Takeout?
Still too
I
broad.
don't know. You like to slather a ton of mayo on stuff, I know. Ice cream? I don't.
I guess. I was gonna say pizza.
What is it? What is it?
I was gonna say
Oh, I was
pizza.
gonna say that, but I was like, I don't see you eat it a lot. Well,
Okay.
I do. I hear about you getting it, but
Okay.
I should have just said it. I was like, no, that's not right.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
Yeah, I know. That's what I have to learn. Yeah. Okay.
This one might be tough, but we do talk about it a lot.
Okay.
Just not directly. What's my biggest pet peeve? I'll give you a hint. The answer could come across as insensitive, but I don't give a fuck.
Like people that don't hold the door open? I don't know.
No. Stupid people.
Okay.
My God. Especially working in the
That's a good one there.
And working in like the service industry, you really see a new level of prime stupidity in people.
Oh, for sure, eh? Like the
Oh my
customer
God.
service aspect of it.
Well, and I
Yeah.
know you
No, for sure.
you know a bit about that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I do. Yeah.
I can't stand that shit.
For
Or
sure.
it's the same kind of thing for like driving. Holy fuck.
Oh,
Bad drivers.
you don't have to tell me. I'm the worst. I cannot take it.
God. Road
Like,
rage to
all
like
of
a
a sudden,
whole
it
new
seems-
level.
Oh my God. Like for some reason, it seems like the more the world goes on, the slower people drive. And it just drives me insane.
Why do people
You
insist
pass
on going
the 70
slow?
sign and you're doing 50.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
crazy.
hello, did you just see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big for me too.
What was my favorite childhood TV show? This one should be easy.
Oh, well, don't say that. That puts a lot of pressure on me because you went through a lot of things. Like, how young am I going back?
We'll go with Family Channel.
Not The Sweet Life, the other one,
Zack and
the one
Cody.
I like.
I liked
Yeah,
that
not that
one.
one, but
I liked that one.
Good Luck, Charlie.
Yes, there you go. There you go. I fucking love that
Yeah,
show.
because you really got me into it.
Yeah.
And I would
Yeah.
watch it with you, and I'm like, hey, I like this. So every year I gotta watch the Christmas movie now.
Oh my god. I haven't watched
Even
that
if
in
you're
a few
not here,
years.
I'm like,
That Christmas
oh,
movie is
yeah,
funny.
I watch it
My
all the
friends
time.
and I were talking about that the other day about how just fucking random it is.
I know, right?
Like they end up in
Yeah,
Vegas
but
or
it's
something like
good.
that.
I know, that rental car, and yeah,
Yeah.
it fell apart.
Yeah. You want to know
Yeah,
something funny? And you
yeah.
might know this. But
But
one of the biggest reasons why that show was my favorite is because um, I had a massive crush
what, the
on
daughter?
yeah, on the
Yeah, Bridget,
Bridget Mendler.
whatever her name is.
I
Yeah,
think she is my first celebrity crush for sure.
really?
Oh yeah.
Nice, nice. That's
If
usually why we end up loving the things we are. It's a crush,
yeah, yeah.
right?
If I
Yeah.
could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would I go?
Well, I know you've said a couple of places, but New York or LA?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, both places would be cool. I mean, right now
Oh,
probably not, just
the
with
sound of,
that stupid fuck
well,
running that
yeah,
stupid country right now. I don't want to say stupid
yeah,
country because
no, for
there are
sure.
smart people, but anyone that supports that fat lard can
Yeah,
fuck
no, for
off.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, why is there somewhere? I didn't think there was anywhere in Canada that you'd want to go.
Um.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I
Oh,
definitely want to like. It's not really like that. I'm dying to go to other
hmm,
places, but yeah, it would be cool to see. You know what I think? I was thinking about this the other day about um like a place like Newfoundland and Labrador. Like that place
hmm,
exists,
yeah,
but it doesn't feel like that's
yeah,
Canada to me. Or like Nunavut. I'm not
yeah.
going
The
to
East
Nunavut,
Coast. Yeah.
but
Oh no, that's not one place I don't want to
because
go.
that just
But
like
I
makes me
totally
think
want
it's
to
like
check
the
out all
Arctic or
that
something.
PEI and
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the PEI area and Halifax and yeah, like you're saying, Newfoundland. That I want to check just to say I've been there.
Mhm.
And then same with the West Coast.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to go to BC and I want to go to
BC.
Alberta
Yeah.
just to
I think
say,
Vancouver could be cool to visit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never been there. No.
I'm not sure about Quebec. Montreal, I might want to go to just to say I've been there.
Montreal. Montreal I'll probably end up going at some point, especially just for the fact of how close it is. Like I could take a train and it would be
Yeah, for
like
you it's close,
five,
eh?
6 hours, something like that.
That's what Chris was saying to me. He's like, we should take a train from Toronto all the way to BC. Like apparently there's like these really
Oh,
cool like
you can, yeah, I think that's the
train
Via
rides you can
Rail.
go on, like have beds in there and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They'll take
Yeah,
you
it's like
across
really,
the
really
coast to
like a
coast. Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
road trip
yeah,
without
it
you
sounds like
having to
fun.
drive.
Yeah, and you can just like lay on the bed and watch out the window, and it
Yeah.
sounds like pretty nice
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
would be fun. That'd be fun for sure.
Hmm.
What's one thing I
Hmm.
always lose or misplace? And this could be current or it could be what I used to.
So you always lose or misplace. Well, your keys to your car, which hence one said is still missing.
Which I don't think I
Um,
was the one to lose that.
well, I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone. Um, I know you were bad for that. I don't know. Like you, yeah, I don't know. I know when you lose something, you get into your raging fits and start throwing things, looking for it.
Oh yeah, because it pisses me off. I hate
Why?
losing
What's the
shit.
real? Oh yeah,
Um,
no, that's the same as me though.
I
I get the same way.
I agree with what you said. I was going to like I immediately thought of remember my iPods?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not like
You
currently,
lost the
but
one.
no, I thought I lost at least two.
We lost the one, and then they found it in the school ground, like it had been out there all winter or something.
Oh, really? I didn't know
And
that.
then, yeah, and then you lost that little DS thing.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I got you one of you had a blue one and one of you had a silver one.
Yeah.
Nathan still got one of them.
Really?
I think he's
Does it
got the
work?
silver one. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it still works. He's got the little games and everything.
Really?
Hilarious.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, that's when you guys were young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, like,
Yeah.
if you don't get wrong, you don't get right, like, that's kind of crazy.
You're putting a lot of pressure on me,
Because it's so easy. This one is like a walk in the park.
making me think I don't know my kids. Okay.
What's my dream job or ultimate goal?
Be an actor.
Yes. Okay, good. Whew.
Big,
If you said
an
something
actor.
else. Yeah.
I said something else.
No,
What do you mean?
that's good. I was going to say, if you said something else, that would have been
Oh,
concerning.
yeah.
Because I don't really talk about anything else other than,
And you want to like be in the movies
yeah.
and TV over plays and stuff. Yeah.
Like being a theater actor could be fun,
Yeah.
but I think, film
I
and
could-
TV, I always think it's just much more real feeling,
Yeah. Yeah.
whereas like theater is
For
more
sure, that would-
performative, which is still fun,
Yeah.
but
I could see you going the way of the singing as well because your voice is good.
I think singing
Like,
could be
as
fun. Like
both,
making
maybe?
music. Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
acting. Becoming successful in the acting industry is definitely like the number one goal. But 100% like making music would be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Am I more introverted or extroverted?
I think you're more introverted. Depends the people you're around.
Really? Okay. That's
Yeah, like introverted, I think you are.
That's a funny little tidbit you put on there. Depends on the type of people I'm around.
Yeah.
Very
Like,
true.
I'm sure you're a lot different around your friends
Very true. Yes.
as opposed to us,
Mhm.
as opposed to a stranger. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
I can say that because that's how I am.
Yeah. I
Different,
agree to a certain extent.
Uh-huh.
But I guess that's a bit of an unfair question because you don't really see how I am in my day-to-day life now. I'll like coaching and at my current job now at Starbucks has really, I guess made me more.
Made you grow up a bit.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
just moving here in general and like, living
Right.
adulthood. So I was gonna say I'm more extroverted, but I do agree that like especially if I see someone that I used to know, like before I made all these life changes and everything like that, I think definitely more introverted for sure. Yeah, that's because there's just so much hanging on to me from how life used to be.
But you gotta try and work through that and not have it hang on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something, but your journey is pretty like my journey.
Yeah.
Lots to try and get through and get rid of.
Yeah. What would you say is my worst habit?
Yeah.
This one's even a tough one for me. I don't know. A lot of them you're just saying, and I'm like, yeah, I agree.
Disorganization.
Disorganization. Yeah, considering the
Always
fact
been
that
for
right
you.
now I have clothes all over the floor and there's garbage I need to take out.
You'll
Yeah.
get it all nice and clean, and then a couple days later, you've got it strewn everywhere.
Yeah, because like sometimes I'll lose shit and then end up throwing stuff.
Yeah, just because you're disorganized.
I don't
was always a
lose
thing with you,
things
even
that
in-
often anymore. Believe it or not.
No,
Yeah.
I know when you were like school age, that would be a comment always on your report cards.
Really?
Organizational skills you worked on. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
What's one thing you'd say I'm really good at?
Really good at?
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, like now, okay, so an old one, you were very good at like writing things just off your head, like creating things.
Yeah.
And like now, really have noticed the positive aspect to like your you can get me out of something now. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the way that you think now, the
Yeah.
positive, the manifestation
Yeah.
aspect. I think
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, like the
like I said, you can get me out of that now,
mm,
like out of
that's
something,
cool.
which is nice because it's kind of like, oh, I did my job.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to do it without
Yeah,
you. So yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Now the other way around. What's so it has a whole bunch of questions here. Kind of fire
Yeah.
them off. The first
I
one we
can't see
kind of
them.
well, I'll say them.
Oh, okay, okay.
The first one we kind of already covered, but what's your favorite movie of all time? Now, I don't know if you'd say the Queen one is your favorite of all time.
Okay.
But like I don't know. I think hmm,
But
like do you like
like
a lot of
my,
older movies? Mm,
yeah, I could
I,
easily pick one or two from
would you
my
say
younger.
would Stand By Me be one of them?
Yeah, that could be one.
Yeah.
But Lost Boys and License to Drive would
Lost
be
of yeah. Lost Boys.
like I just have good memories and feelings when I think about those movies.
Right.
They're just amazing movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm, cool.
Yep.
What's
Very good. Yeah.
what's your I'm gonna say it in a question format, but let me try and guess first. What's your
Hmm.
go-to
Okay.
coffee order? Now I think, well, I mean you make coffee, I know,
There's-
but when you order it,
Yeah.
like from Starbucks, for example, I
Hmm.
think you get a large blonde roast now because you want the most amount of caffeine. Um,
Yeah. Right.
and you'll get sugar-free vanilla in there. And is it?
Hmm.
I can't remember if it's almond or oat milk because I know you when you make it at home you have this like almond oat like cream or
No, it's
whatever.
oat coconut cream. Oat
Yeah.
coconut.
Oat coconut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever,
Some kind of
whatever I feel like
non-dairy.
that day. Yeah.
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 Mm.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah. And then you're
something?
forgetting my
Okay. Yeah.
other stuff. But it's only when I make it, so that's
Okay. Oh,
different than when
okay. Yeah.
Starbucks
So when
makes
you
it.
make it, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. So when you
Yeah.
make it, you put that fucking stevia stuff into it.
Yeah.
Don't you put
And my
some?
collagen.
Yeah. You put. Yeah. I was gonna say some white powder, which did not sound good.
Yeah, it's so good.
Um.
Yeah, it's collagen.
Collagen.
And
Yeah.
then I'm so disappointed because
Mm,
I had found like when I started using Magnum products, they
mm.
have protein powder for coffee, but it's like a creamer. And I would add it in and it was like all nice and
Really?
delicious and sweet.
Did you
And
use it
yeah,
now?
they discontinued it. I found out,
Oh, okay.
yeah, they discontinued it. I emailed them and he said, yeah, we've discontinued it. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
great.
dumb. Stupid.
Yeah, screw with my
Um.
coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. What's something that you used to do as a kid that you've told me about? I think uh skipping school is
Yeah, that
one.
was a
Like
big one.
that's a broad thing because that's not really narrowing it down to one thing. I
Well,
think
I mean, I kept that boyfriend a secret for 5 years.
what?
That was another one.
Like
Yeah, my parents thought we were
the
just
bad
friends.
one?
Daryl, Daryl,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know
I
that you kept
met
it a
him when I was
secret.
14 and I dated him all the way until I was 19.
Yeah.
And they had no idea. They just, we were, I was all, no, we're just friends.
Really?
And they believed me. I'm
Wow,
like,
eh?
ooh,
Did they ever find out that
yeah.
like you told them at some point, I guess?
I'm, I did, but I still feel like they didn't believe me.
Huh,
That was weird. I don't
weird.
know. Yeah, eventually I did.
What
But
song do you always sing along to? That again is a tough one because I think
oh,
you listen to like
yeah,
well, you have like what 6,000 songs on your playlist.
pretty much. Yeah, and I love singing to all of them.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
first one that
like
comes to mind though has got to be like "You Got the Right Stuff" by New Kids.
ah, yeah, The one that I also found you
Yeah.
doing a little shuffle to,
Yeah,
making your bed.
the little Oh my
Oh, that was the
God.
best. That was the
No way.
best. And you got all surprised.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
only I had been
you missed that
recording that.
opportunity to record that for sure. Yeah. Which I'm glad you didn't.
It's hilarious.
'Cause yeah. Yeah, you may think it's
When I was a
cool,
little
but
kid, I used
not the
to.
most manly song to be.
No, no, I know that. But when I was little, I used to. That's how much I love music. I would take my mom's carpet vacuum and use it as a microphone and stand in the dining room
Oh
next
yeah.
to the stereo and have the words because it used to come with the words. If it came with the words, the CD
Oh
or the
really?
tape, oh my God, it was the best day ever. The words, oh yeah, that's
Really?
everything.
Uh
And then yeah,
now
sing,
that
pretend I was Madonna and whoever else.
yeah. Well, I always have like mini concerts in like the shower or something like that where I'll like imagine I'm like on stage and I'm like the crowd's going crazy when I got like a rap song on
Oh
or
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Um
Yeah.
okay, this one is gonna maybe hit hard and I don't know if I'm
Hmm.
right or wrong, but let's just see. I'm gonna take a shot in
Hmm.
the dark. What's your biggest fear?
Okay.
I think it is
Okay. Oh,
you thinking that I'm going to just leave and never talk to you again.
yeah. You won't have time for me, or you'll, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I laugh
Because once
because
you
like
start getting the
how
riches and stuff, there's no time for mom,
oh
you know?
yeah, right. I laugh because
That's
you
my
know how
thing too.
ridiculous that sounds.
Yeah, but it's because my kids are my world. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It's the kind of mother I am.
Yeah.
But if you
I
want to go with a
appreciate that.
different fear,
Hmm.
well, yeah, that's
What's a
me.
different one?
But I always want to be, I always want to, like, I picture you guys get wives and I have all these grandchildren. That's my dream.
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
not something I can make happen. That you guys have to want to do that,
I
right?
I hope
So,
that I intend to make that dream come
but
true.
like, I can have like sleepovers with my grandchildren and spoil them, and
Yeah.
that if you guys say yes,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
always
for
going to be
sure.
that kind of grandma too. Like
Yeah.
if you're okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But times if you want to talk about a different fear, I
Uh-huh.
think you would know that water is huge for me.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's a
yeah,
justified
that's a
fear
huge
too
one that.
because you had that friend that drowned.
No, and then I almost drowned.
Oh, you did, eh?
That's what made it even worse.
Mm.
Yeah,
Uh,
when I was in grade 6 at the spelling bee in Regina.
what? I remember
I
something
thought you knew
about
about
that.
that.
Something about it, but
Yeah, I was at the spelling bee in Regina. No parents were there,
mhm.
and I thought I told you this. So we were in the pool for like the fun part of the Saturday night or something. And
Okay.
that point, no fear, absolutely no fear.
Yeah.
I would go on boats. I would go in the water. I would get
Okay.
dumped in the water. Didn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
And and then we were walking and talking, and we walked into the deep end, and I didn't know how to swim. So all of a sudden, I'm like gasping and fighting,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
pulled up on my friend. I think I told you, and she hadn't been there. I probably would have drowned. And I
Really?
got to the side and was able to pull up on the side there, and right through to grade 12. She never talked to me again because she thought that I was trying to drown her.
Oh my God.
That ended our friendship. Even though she saved my life, that ended our friendship.
Wow, eh?
That was the scariest thing I've ever encountered.
Yeah.
Just that feeling of panic and not
For
knowing.
sure,
And
yeah.
that's exactly why I told you I put you guys at 9 months in swimming lessons
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
I wasn't going to have you guys experience anything like that.
Right.
Because it is terrible having a fear now.
Mm.
Like it's
Yeah, it's
terrible.
hard to get
It's
over, I
like,
guess. Yeah.
yeah, it's very hard to get over.
Yeah.
Like the thought of deep water
For
is just
sure.
terrifying.
Yeah. One of my biggest
But
fears,
yeah,
like
and then
in
I
that,
remember being so terrified.
yeah,
What?
one of my biggest fears in that sort of realm of things is getting lost at sea.
Oh yeah, that's so funny because I'm watching that show I told you, and
Oh
a
yeah, where
few of
they,
them had been that, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh my god, the
yeah,
deep dark wavy sea, and they're just like, oh, just terrifying,
right.
absolutely terrifying. Like that water's so deep and wavy and oh,
Oh, I
scary,
know. I think well, I think
very
it's
scary.
I think I might be thinking of the right thing. The Bermuda Triangle. I don't even know where
Oh
the hell
yeah,
that is, but like I think
okay.
that's the place that
No,
where
me
it's like
either.
insanely big waves and everything like that, and you pretty much you don't survive it if
I
you go
don't
in there
know.
because it's just like your boat would
I
probably
don't know how
like
you could
gets absolutely swept away or
crush.
yeah.
Yeah, crush up.
Yeah.
And I thought that was where things. Yeah, they say
Oh.
that things go and disappear and they never come out of again either.
Well, yeah, it's probably because of
I'm
the
not
insane
exactly sure where it is
conditions.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
that black sea
Oh my
with all
goodness.
those weird creatures.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, scary. And
Some
they have
like
lights on them. Like, why do they have
yeah.
lights on them? They're alive.
I was
Like, what
just
the
gonna say
hell?
that. Yeah, like the things with like the big pointy teeth and they got glowing eyes and
Yeah.
everything. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yuck.
Insane.
Couldn't even imagine. Why I never want to
What's
do a cruise. No thanks.
No, absolutely not. No way. No, no, no.
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
you always hear about bad stuff.
No.
Yeah.
What's one thing that instantly annoys you? I think it has to be bad drivers. You could
Yes.
be in a great mood and then it just takes one fucking idiot on the road and
Oh, yeah.
which
That's
is
pretty
totally
much every
fair.
time I drive.
Which is totally fair, but and like it's funny to mention how like we'll be just talking on the phone and
Yeah.
having like a pleasant
Oh, I
conversation
forget.
and then you're just like really like are you serious or something you'll just say
Forget.
some
Oh, you know
shit.
what? Because I forget you're there.
Yeah.
But you know what I've done? I'll be like phoning some business
Oh my god, and you
and
say
it'll be
that.
either on like hold or something. And I'll be like, oh, you fucking cut. And then they answer. And I'm like, oh, did they just hear me say that?
Yeah.
'Cause I'll forget. I'll get like all in the heat of the moment with the person.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, how can you be so fucking stupid? And then the phone call answers. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they probably think you're talking about them.
Yeah. I know. That's
Yeah.
what I think. I'm like, oh, great. Yeah.
What's your favorite way
Man.
to relax? I think it is getting all comfy on the couch and watching your show.
That is a good one. Yeah, that is. I also like to take my baths.
Or bath, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. That's probably
This one's a
or
funny
like
one.
my yoga.
Yeah.
What?
This next one's a funny one. It's
Okay.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit. It says what's your most used saying or catchphrase. I'm gonna change it up by saying
Okay.
that you are so funny and notorious for saying words funny. Words in like a weird way.
Because you always catch those. Yeah.
Cause
You
you are
always catch
I don't know
those.
why the fuck you say rune instead of ruin. That one's a little less like
It's
weird.
rude.
But you know what's one that really fucking irks me when you say
Sorry.
it is
What? What?
well, you say prioritize weird. Say it.
Prioritize?
Okay, well, of course now you're gonna say
How
it,
do I
but I
say it
think you
weird?
say prioritize.
Do I? I don't even know I'm saying that. If I
Oh, you
am,
say it for sure.
I thought you were.
You say
Do
it, and every time you say it, I'm like, oh, or another one,
I? Like prior?
another one.
Yeah, I know. What?
Audacity.
What?
You say audacity.
Audacity. Oh. Do I? Like these are things I don't realize I'm doing. I thought you were going to talk about hash browns because you used to say I
What?
should say that weird.
Hash browns?
That's what you used to say. Like, yeah, you would.
I don't remember ever saying that.
Yeah, I'm sure it was that. You're like, why do you say it like that?
Hash browns. Say it.
No, or is it something else? Can't remember.
I don't think you could say that in any
I don't know.
weird way.
There's something that I used to say, or I say, and you were like, why do you say it that way?
I don't know.
I
I
don't know
can't
what it was. I don't
remember.
know.
Can't remember.
I thought it was that, but maybe not.
I don't know. What's something you're really proud of? And I think that would just be, well, it's in between two things. I think it's like the type of mom that you are, and I think just
That's
kind of
the number one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also just in terms of all the challenges that you've overcome, and if that's something you're not proud of, I think you should be.
No, yeah, I am. Like, I could have chose not to do anything about it, and that would have just grew into a mean, horrible, miserable person.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to live that way.
Yeah.
Because I was surrounded by a lot of that. So I decided, no, I'm going to fight this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and get to where I'm in a happy spot.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Instead of saying stagnant, in a life that you're not happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think, and that's, kind of tailing back to what we were talking about earlier about, it's lessons learned, right? Now
Yeah, exactly.
what kind of person not to be because you learned from that.
Yes.
And it's the same thing for me, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to do this. We actually have been talking for an hour and a half, which is pretty fucking.
God, that flew by.
Yeah. I was hoping for it to be at least 45 minutes, so that's good. Good stuff.
Right on.
But see how easy this was?
Yeah, it's been great.
See how easy we just talked. No, we just talked, and you did great, and I hope you enjoyed it. And
really awesome.
I think we'll end it off there. Is there anything you want to say to the people listening? Maybe just like a one little thing in terms of like what we talked about. If not, it's okay.
Have a positive outlook on life.
Positive outlook.
Every day.
Yep.
Turn any negative into a positive outlook.
Turn a negative into positive. Always look at the positive in things, even though it's hard sometimes.
Yeah. If you feel yourself feeling a negative one,
yeah,
turn it into a positive aspect.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you all, everybody, for listening to today's episode of Off the Record. Once again, I'm your host, Jordan Rance. Be sure to follow the show on Instagram, Off the Record with Jordan Rance, and stay tuned for more episodes every single Friday, available on wherever you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple, Amazon. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.